Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome to another Ray Challenge video. Guys, we're doing a Yannica showcase today, guide on how I've geared her and how I will be using her in my teams, mostly for Arena, honestly. But I'll be showcasing her power in some of the dungeons as well. So Yannica is a Spirit Legendary attack-based champion. She's one of the top nukers in the game in terms of Spirit champions go. There's not so many Spirit champions. We now have the addition of Rule, the Huntmaster, in terms of Spirit champions that I can actually nuke. So we'll be seeing probably maybe a contender in terms of nuking, but Yannica definitely is, I think, in my opinion, a top nuker for the Spirit champions. I do have like a couple of Cupidus here, but those don't really match what Yannica can do. So let's go over her skills and then we come back to the gearing and why I've geared her this way. So starting out with even the odds is her A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. This is good if you want to have this on bosses, mostly for the dungeons. If you're having issues with actually surviving with all of your champions, leech is a pretty good debuff in helping you get some life back from your hits. Attacks all enemies 2 times instead if this champion is under a veil buff. So the veil buff is kind of a difficult condition to have on a champion throughout. So definitely having champions like a Duchess or any other champion that provides a veil or a perfect veil will actually benefit your own champion. But Yannica does actually provide the buff for herself through her second ability, her A2, Baffling Speed, attacks one enemy. Place a perfect veil buff on this champion for 3 turns. If this attack is critical, grants an extra turn. So this is pretty good. I do have her maxed out, so this is only a 3-turn cooldown. Grants an extra turn. This is very, very critical because you will be buffing yourself while also attacking an enemy. You'll have her with 100% crit, of course. So you guarantee that that perfect veil to be applied on Yannica so that she can use her A1, but also her A3. So let's go over that A3. Attacks all enemies will ignore shield buffs. So good. This is so good. Of course, Shield Breaker Mastery was changed recently, so the ignore the shield buffs will just ignore the shield buffs now. So it definitely can go through whatever shields the enemies have. So if you got some pesky champions against you and you don't have a way to remove buffs, then Yannica will be able to just bypass through all that and just do a big nuke. But she also has this, removes shield buffs from targets if this champion is under a veil buff, which you have applied with your A2, or perfect veil buff, then deals extra damage equal to 15% of the value of the removed shield buff. So if the buffs against you are, let's say, 100,000 total in amount, then 15% of that, so 15,000, will be extra damage that you do with this A3. So definitely a solid skill, but you need to have a way to remove those buffs, and that way will be by having Yannica with some accuracy. So she isn't built as a nuker 100%. You will need to have some accuracy on her, and that's when the gearing comes in, and also the masteries. So the gearing, how I've geared her, of course, I went with a Savage set and a Perception set. So the Perception set comes in here for the reason of getting that extra accuracy, 40 accuracy and 5% speed. Savage gives you that 25% ignore defense on enemies. So a pretty good combination of items, 69,000 power. Let's see her overall stats of the gear that I have. 4,300 attack. It's quite low for an attacker, but remember, my gear might not be that optimal, and also the banner is not an attack banner. It's actually a accuracy banner. So this is why I have 321 accuracy, which is not that high. We cannot go through every single one, at least in endgame arena, every single one of the enemies buffs and remove them with that A3. We definitely need way more than that to remove from, let's say, a resistance Duchess, which will be almost impossible to remove. But still remember that we ignore shields when we attack. So even if we cannot get through the shields, we'll still be able to do our max damage on that Duchess, let's say. I have her build, of course, 100% crit rate, 259 critical damage, remember, with the Savage set. So 321 accuracy will be enough, though, for other targets, especially nukers. So if you manage to take down a nuker, that means they lose out on their turn meter, and even if a booster goes, they might use their revive ability, which will not bring the turn meter back up to full, unless it's a very specific reviver, which also gives turn meter to the revived ally, which some of them are about more than half actually, but still it's a good thing that you can just take down the target. So In terms of gearing, critical damage on gloves, attack percent on chest, speed on boots, so we can get 200 speed or so. And then we also have attack on the ring, critical damage on the amulet, and the banner has some speed, some attack. I mean, if ideally this would have been way better in terms of rolling these stats. And then finally, for Masteries, I do have Helm Smasher on her for that chance to ignore the target's defense, get those big numbers on the enemies. We do get Shield Breaker here. The reason is her A2 does not ignore shields, so that will help you do some increased damage to targets with shields, get that extra turn, get Perfect Veil, and also this Ruthless Ambush also helps you get some extra damage, so it's not a total waste in terms of mastery. Of course, I got Cycle of Violence, helps reducing those cooldowns, and then Stoke to Fury. In the case you get any kind of debuffs on you, you get a little bit extra damage. I could have gone Blood Shield instead, but because she is a pure nuker, that 15% shield won't do anything, honestly, against anybody attacking you. 28,000 health is just gone in seconds. We're built here for accuracy and damage, not for survivability. And then the support, I went accuracy. I went for Evil Eye here instead of the Lore of Steel, which would have benefited my perception set. But I went Evil Eye because Evil Eye can be used in some certain situations and actually be beneficial. And then Sniper, honestly, I just had to take anything here. I got Sniper for that 5% chance on her Leech skill, her A1. So let's go over and see her in high-end arena. So high-end arena, I'm at 3.9k. It's not that high-end. It's not even platinum right now. It's about 200 points of platinum. But still, the enemies are, you know, teams that will be going for platinum. Of course, the way we built her, it's going to be very difficult to go against Torment teams because of the freeze situation right there. So these ones here, obviously not a good choice for Yannica. She will be weak affinity. I don't want that. I want to find, obviously, maybe a Cadraphone team here. That's a solid choice for me to nuke. Remember, Cadraphone, although, will be protected. So here I do have Valkyrie for just trying to take out some of that perimeter on the enemies. Let's do a defense down weekend. Can we actually get a turn here? Okay, we're fine here. What we want to do with Yannica is do that A2. The A2 will actually give us an extra turn. Even if we don't manage to kill the target, that's still fine. Okay, we did a 48,000. Not bad. But that just did counter and got a shield. Actually, the shield is actually good for us because we'll be able to remove it, hopefully. Let's see if we can actually remove it. Okay, we got some big burst there. Unfortunately, we couldn't kill the weak affinity there, but it's fine. We did get it on the next one. So another difficult team in terms of weak affinities. So we'll keep on Yannica in there just for the showcase. Obviously, you will not be using Yannica if you have the choice of other nukers, but if you don't have the choice, unfortunately, have to go with it. So let's get that perimeter down. Hopefully, we didn't get it. If this Chimera goes, then we'll be in trouble. So what I want to do now is nuke one of the enemy targets. I'll go for Sifi. So let's see the big nuke here with her A2. Remember, I get an extra turn. Look at that, 114,000. Boom, and then we'll get the big nuke with the A3. Of course, we can do that A1 because we have Veil and actually double hit, but the damage will not be enough. I guarantee you the damage will not be enough. So we'll go with that A3 there, 70,000 there, and 2 weak hits. If you guys saw the white numbers, that's when you get a weak hit. So obviously, you're not going to be trying to take them out with that. And Tranda, is she going to burst us down? Oh, almost. Almost actually took out that Tranda. Oh, the counterattacks win there. Okay, and we auto back and we take out the win. Let's try another team here. Again, the same thing. Let's just go in and see some of the bursts that Yannica has. So we speed boost. Steal that perimeter. Let's go with the defense down weekend. Get that extra damage going. Blocking also revives. So now I want to see a big burst. Who do I want to burst out? Of course. Thing is that she will be reviving. So I wanna see if we can actually waste that. Can we waste it? Not sure. So revive on that proc there. One of the denies that Lydia did. So we actually had Brachus's passive proc. Ooh, also revise. So that's fine. Let's see the big burst on the A3. Can we take them out? Ooh, we did. Not that high numbers though. About 60,000 with the defense down. We can remember that. So it's not that she is a fantastic nuker. It's that she can actually ignore shields. That's what makes her so special. So again, similar team with 2 speed boosters, a defense down and removal of buff. We've got some shields there. Not that special though with the shields. And who do we want to take out now? So of course we're going to take out Arbiter. Look at that, 150,000, amazing. And can we take anybody of these out? So 124k, pretty solid numbers now. So probably before we didn't have all that much available. So yeah, let's just showcase her a little bit in the dungeons now. So unfortunately for Fire Knight, in terms of dungeons, on 25, she's gonna be weak affinity, but on Dragon 25, she's not gonna be weak affinity. So let's see what we can do in terms of damage with this team. Let's get Arbiter in there, and let's just test out how much damage she can do to these guys in here. So we even have a 20% from Bad Alcazar there. 125k, and there's a big burst. Solid numbers. Not that amazing, I would say, in terms of helping us go through, but this is the big issue with Dungeons 25 at the moment. We just don't have the firepower. Seer is the real winner in these dungeons, but these short cooldowns of her skills, you know, the A2 and A3, the A2 especially giving you an extra turn just makes it so much more special, especially when you have reset champions like a Renegade in there to help her out. For that A3 getting you know, another reset there, it's just an amazing way to take those out. So 90k there, that was an A1, so 28k plus 24k, not bad. Not bad in terms of wave killing. So I will not go through to the boss. You guys know that the Battle Khazar will be killing the boss, not the actual champions here. So 1 million damage in terms of doing damage as an AoE champion. So let's just test her out finally in the campaign and see if she can be a farmer or something. Don't think she can be a farmer with the gear that she has. She's got an aura, all ally attack in battles by a 30% increase. So I wonder if that's going to be useful. So look at that, extra turn. So is her A1, which is going to be a double hit now, enough for me to just kill these? Okay, 28k. Let's do the A3 here. 80k. And then, I mean, you do need to do the A2 first and then gonna do the A1 here. So, not that bad. Let's try Nightmare. I think Nightmare we're gonna have an issue. She is Spirit, so I won't go to 6. I could try 12-3. 12-3 is notoriously difficult, more difficult than 12-6. So let's just see what she does on auto. Look at that, 29,000. She did her A1 there. Decrease cooldown. Look at that refresh. What is happening? She definitely got a lot of turns. So now the enemies will be attacking everybody else because she is hidden with Perfect Veil. So that's at least good for me. Ooh, that revive. That was special. Extra turn there. Extra turn. That 200 speed actually benefits her. So look at that, 60,000. I did not expect this to go so well. It went much better than I thought. Okay, that's when it fails. Okay. She's definitely not a farmer for Nightmare. I expected that, honestly, but I just wanted to see what she could do. We got some lucky procs there from the refresh, and that was a fun thing that happened. So this was Yannicka's showcase, guys, and a guide on how to build her out. Of course, this is a total end game build. If you want to build her out for more early game to mid game, of course, go for cruel sets. Those will be as good as, let's say, having bad versions of a savage set. So I would prefer to go with better rolled cruel sets instead of a bad savage set. So try to get that 100% crit for sure. Get some accuracy in there if you want to be removing the shields. If you have another way to remove the shields and don't care about that 15% on her 50% extra damage on her A3, then don't take any accuracy, go straight up damage, and you will still be ignoring the shields when you are attacking. You just won't be removing the shields. So this was the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.